What's up, you guys? Freeform64 back in the building, aka 64. And we're about to get back into some Stadia gameplay. So what I'm going to do, as you see, we're in the Chrome browser right now. I'm going to go ahead and type in Stadia. Actually, I didn't want to type it there. I wanted to type it up here. A-D-I-A. And so it's already in mine. But stadia.google.com. Boom, you're in. This is the console, if you want to call it that. You can see we're still in the browser. And on this video, I'm going to do some Samurai Showdown. Again, for two reasons, least of which is because people want to know how fighting games are, how the lag is in fighting games with Stadia. Well, I'm going to show you. And secondly, the most important reason is Samurai Showdown is the shizzle nizzle. Okay, so we're gonna look at some awesome gameplay from a classic franchise, been modernized. Can't go wrong there. Can't go wrong at all. I remember playing Samurai Showdown in the arcade as a kid, man. And it was just amazing to me. The fighting was a lot more methodical. You know, it wasn't a whole bunch of crazy combos, jugglers in the sky. And, you know, you really had to pace yourself, and it was all about that death blow, you know. And this is taking it all the way back to the original. I mean, this is literally the way the original game loaded up. The same scene and everything.
修羅道とは倒すことと見つけたり我悪鬼羅刹となりて目の前の敵すべてを切る
And it's hilarious because in the original they just had the screen flash and he stands up and this is what happens. But they actually animated everything.
Samurai Showdown.
Really cool. Go ahead and turn that down a bit. All right, as you can see, I have the Switch Pro controller. And with this controller, all the buttons are properly configured. But what they want you to do with the controller is instead of press A, they want you to press B. And they actually show B and A for, you know, exit and entrance. So they're just reversed and everything is laid out properly here. But I guess since, you know, the games have been made with a certain layout in mind, they just went ahead and, you know, kept all the layout the same, just put the buttons in the proper placement, which is cool. It takes a little get used to because on Switch titles you tend to use the A button to access things and the B button to back out, but you know, whatever, it's not bad. Get that mouth out of the way. What I'm going to do is show a little practice first. That way we can get some control response times shown here. I'm going to choose this ninja. And now, oh, yeah, go ahead. I'll choose you. You could take a whipping. Yeah, man, it's responsive as hell. Like I said, I wouldn't tell, you know, a member of the FGC, you should be training on this and, you know, become the best fighter and game has the most supreme response times. No, get wired up, have a local system and all that other stuff, and play with somebody right next to you. That's the best response time you're going to get, of course. You know, but for people who pick up the game, the majority of the people who buy these games and play these games, you're going to have a great time. For most people that are online, you know, it's like, oh, I see this little lag here and there, but you don't even notice the lag when you're playing the games you're playing that have lag in them. It's just not noticeable, you know. You're not a hardcore, you know, what do you call them, esports player or nothing like that. You know, you're just talking your mess because you need something to hate on, you know. Anyway, check it out. that's responsive right there. As you can see, the animations have their own little lag to them. Like for instance, I think this is his kick. So I'm pressing it. As you can see, he lifts his leg up and then he kicks. So there's a lag in his animation intentionally because it's to give you it gives the opponent an opening to you. So anyway, it responds right away. As soon as I press the button, he lifts his legs to kick and he kicks. As you can see again, every time I press it, he's doing it. I mean, the lag in this game, which there has to be some sort of lag in every single game on any platform, it's really not noticeable. I'm not sitting here like feeling like the game is trying to catch up with my moves, what I'm trying to do. I feel like it's on time. I'm still in motion, you know. I'm not like plugging in a bunch of inputs and waiting for it to actually do everything because I'm just moving too fast or whatever. It's responsive, man. Look at that. It's responsive. This is awesome. All right. Let me go ahead and end training real quick. I think we've done enough. Oh, let me go ahead and show that. Look. Okay. I believe we've shown enough. All right. Let's do a couple battles. Let's go with my man's again. Put him in that yellow. Oh, really? Nah, come on. Randomize. Better than that. Y'all have me fight myself. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, shit. That's cool. That's cool. So I got this cough drop going on. I had a little allergy, seasonal allergies, man. And, sorry for making a little too much noise there. You know I need to learn how to damn block. Oh my god. Yeah, I really need to know how to block. I really need to learn how to block. All right. Okay, there was a little bit of lag. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I don't really say lag as in I felt it in my controls because it wasn't during the gameplay was during the intro. You just saw the game pause for a split second there. Yeah, you weak at your feet, boy. The ninja wanders from death to death, from shadow into darkness, and from darkness into the underworld. with this guy. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Oh. Hey. 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 Yay. Yay. Yeah. This shit jamming. Yeah. Woo. That should be jamming. And remember, guys, this is in early access, man. So if it's doing this good, by the time it hard launches with a free service, it should be pretty damn solid. Nice. Ooh. Yeah. And mind you, no console, no PC, no technology ever works across the board equally for everyone during its launch. Every single console, every single platform has troubles. So you can't go in expecting this not to have its troubles. Oh, shit! I get my weapon back. Shit. You cannot defeat the way of the ninja. Now, no platform has non-existent issues. You know what I'm saying? Like every console, every platform, every single PC, streaming, anything. Any technology is gonna have its issues. So again, for this to be working as well as it is for the majority of people, like it is, you can't sit here and say this is trash, it doesn't have a future. It definitely does have a future, and it's definitely not trash. Like, that's just not true. It's unfortunate that some people are having trouble, but I mean, it happens. How many people have the Red Ring of Death on Xbox 360, but everybody, you know, seemed to think Xbox One in its launch was going to be the truth and stuck with it? PS3s had problems. PS4s had problems with the fans, you know, people still buy into them, you know. They give it a chance. So, give this a chance as well. Especially considering this was like, I mean, it's not brand new technology, but to the degree that it's being done and what wants to be added to the service, yeah, it's pretty brand new. So you gotta give it a chance, huh? Alright, who we gonna fight? Who's my last fighter? You gonna be my last fighter? Alright, well, I guess it's gonna be you then, huh? Yeah, you gotta give it a chance, you know. Work at the kinks. And even then, some people are just gonna have problems. I mean, Xbox One, PS4 still out today, Switch still out today, and there's still people having issues, you know. And it's a minority, but there's gonna be people out there who are just gonna not have a great experience. It happens, man, you know. okay, we've been holding out, huh? All right. Damn, that's the counter. I'll see when I can hit that bird. Ooh. Oh, nice. Oh, you trying to do it too, huh? Damn. Oh man, I tried to do that move again. Too early. But I win. Alright. So again, I'm not great at these fighting games per se. Pretty casual when it comes to these, but again, I'm not trying to win money and I'm not trying to have anybody's ultra bragging rights online. I'm just having a good time. And for that, it's wonderful. Again, I don't feel like I'm just taking a so much lesser experience to where it's just not, it's a slideshow or, you know, I don't know, whatever these people are trying to say. It's actually really, really good. So I'd recommend it for anybody who wants to get into it. If you want to spend the money, you can. I would honestly just say, if you're unsure, and for most people, seriously, I don't even know if the Premier Edition's available to buy at this point. But just wait, man. You know, it's supposed to come out in January, hard launch, with most all the features and larger rollout of actual games that will play at this level, or even better. And again, it's free. You don't have to pay shit to get in. You don't have to be subscribed to some other service and get it in addition to something else. And you know, you're gonna be able to jump into it free. Don't worry about, you know, paying a monthly subscription every month. You can rest your head knowing your shit's just there, like a Steam account essentially. And you know, pick up whatever game that you want, and then you just keep that game. You know. And for people who are, you know, worried, well, what if Google drops it like they drop everything else? What if Xbox dropped it, or Microsoft dropped Xbox like they've dropped several things in the past? I mean, every company has done that. What if Sony dropped the PlayStation when it first came out? What if Nintendo dropped the Nintendo, the NES when it first came out? The Game Boy. I mean, they've dropped several things in the past too. Remember the Virtual Boy? That game was on the market for all of what, a blink of an eye. Not to say it was a great platform or anything, that, you know, the Virtual Boy, but still, people bought it, people invested in it. So what? I mean, it may happen, it may not. It didn't happen for Xbox, it didn't happen for Sony, and it didn't happen for, I said Xbox, so yeah, Xbox, PlayStation, or the Nintendo platforms, you know? So it could not happen for Google. What they've got so far is a good thing, you know? They need to have first-party games like everybody else. When Xbox 360 or Xbox One came out, they had all this stuff. That's Xbox One. When PS4 came out, they had all this stuff. That's PS4. And mind you, they didn't have a bunch of stuff on launch. Secondly, again, these are the third iterations of their platform. They're going to have studios and things lined up. Whereas when they first came out, they didn't have all that stuff. They relied heavily on third-party, especially Sony. Let's not talk about Sony. I mean, they just took all the third-party support from Nintendo. They didn't have their own games, you know? And so, again, they were doing something that was familiar to what was pretty much already being done, you know? So it didn't take long for people to catch on and start pumping these games out. What this is doing is totally different, you know? They're having to port games over on a new platform. They're streaming these games out. They have to be capable of certain things. So, again, this is going to take a while, you know? Not really too long, but it's going to take a little while longer. And again, 22 great games, not all great games, but some really good heavy hitters in this, on this thing right now. Right now, is good for me. So during the the launch in January or so, there's going to be more games. There's going to be more again AAA games that people want to play at high end settings. You know, come on, man. You don't just sleep on that. You know, you give that a chance. Hey, man, they're doing all right. Let's see what they do within a year. You know, and again, it's free, so it's not like you have to pay in. You know, you could be playing it and enjoying it. I guess, okay, you'll pay for the games, but I'm sure there'll be some kind of free-to-play games and whatnot on there as well. Some demos and whatnot. You know, all that's going to come with the territory. I mean, they'll have to do that if they want people to, you know, tap in and try some things. Especially if they want to have that play button in their YouTube service. There's got to be some sort of demoing offer or something like that. So, you know, just kind of give it some time, like I said. This right here is this paid-in version that people say you have to pay so much money and then you have to pay for your games. This is by choice for those of us who want to be first on this motherfucker. I mean, this is not unusual. Remember, everybody was doing that on the Xbox for the early access to PUBG. I mean, and that was truly jacked up. That game was totally unfinished and broken. Straight broken. But all you heard was people up there, oh my god, this is amazing, so much fun, so much fun. And they paid to play that broken mess. And they still had fun. But guess what? They knew they were paying to get into a broken mess. They knew that's what they were paying for. You know? That's why they got it. They said, you know, I know it's early, but I don't care. Because I want to jump on this game early and be one of the first before everybody else gets access to it, before the game is complete. Because I just really want to enjoy this game now. I'll pay you. That's fine. Go for it. We'll do it. Same thing here. You're paying a little more. You're getting a little more. You know, what was it, a game I just bought on the Switch? Paladins, Founders Edition. You know, it was, again, early adoption. Game wasn't fully completed. You know, everything wasn't completely ready for the actual hard launch of the game. But you had to pay, you know, only $30 or so. And they'll give you extra incentives for joining early, knowing that there's not going to be everything there. There may be some issues with the, you know, the game as far as network code or whatever the case may be. You know there's going to be some kind of issues for the most part, and you're willing to accept that because you want to be the first to get on and you want to support the company early. When the game came out, though, it was a free-to-play, or it is a free-to-play. I knew that. Everybody else that opted into the Founders Edition knew that. We didn't complain like, why am I paying for this and why is it having problems? We knew what we were getting into. So let's not act like we don't understand what a Founders Edition is. Now, I will say this. Google with Stadia didn't have the best marketing to where it was simplified and it was like pumped out into everybody's face that this is an early access Founders Edition version. They did say all this stuff. They did, because I listened to it, I saw it, I understood that, and I knew I was going to get everything on day one of the Founders Edition. But it obviously didn't get brought down to the very casual or, you know, those who weren't initially interested, I guess, you know. So they could have done a little bit better with making that known, because they're like, this is the launch day. They should have made it very clear. Founders launch day or something like that. I don't know. Put it in there because people don't read, you know, and it would have helped, I guess. But at the end of the day, I guess it really doesn't matter too much, because those who got into the Founders Edition and are playing it, they understand, they enjoy it, they're having a good time. And I hope people are getting their codes by now that should have got their stuff sent, because I mean, you know, that was a fiasco. That's one thing they really did wrong, was launch those games, or launch the Founders Edition all backwards and slow. But it looks like everybody's getting their stuff so far, and for the most part, everybody's having a good time. Again, for some of you guys that are just having a hard time playing on the platform, it could be your connection, it could be the service. You know, that's just one of the things about getting into an early access. You know, you may be one of the unfortunate few who has that problem. But that's important because that's information, that's data for Google to have to knock out those kinks, see what kind of network you're on, what kind of issues that you're having, and why it's doing this, and they can work that stuff out. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of one of the risks that you take. Again, I go back to PUBG. You paid in $20, $30 to get into PUBG on Xbox One early access, and you talking about you jumping down into the game, and the map is looking like poop smeared around with paint all over it. You know, that's supposed to be the grass and the building and the tree and the car, but it looks like clay. You know, I mean, just look bad. But again, that's just kind of the risk that you take. You know, some other people were having a great time. They're playing, they're moving along, everything's loading up just fine. You, on the other hand, are looking at everything like, I can't even get into this house because the door is a damn triangle off onto the ground somewhere. It hadn't even opened up into a house. Or I'm in the house and there's no furniture. There's nothing in here. There's nothing for me to pick up. The weapons haven't even loaded up. That's just the risk that you take getting into an early access Founders Edition, you know? So, that's it. This was great. I'm going to do another video on Red Dead Redemption, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next video, what games you want me to play. I'm looking at least getting one more other game right now on Stadia, just to mess around with it. I definitely did want to get some, but I won't spoil it for you guys. You guys can choose. You know, vote down in the comment section. Let me know. If you have any other questions, ask away, man, and let's have a conversation about this. Have a dialogue. Do you like Stadia? Do you have Stadia? Are you going to get Stadia in the future? If you're not, why not? Let me know. Let's have a good dialogue. All right, until next time, you guys. Peace.